Hello, Gentle Explainer here. Today I am going to gently explain a thriller movie called Playtime. At the beginning of the story, we are shown some girls who have come together to enjoy a bachelor party. One of them is Nancy, who is getting married next week. So this party has been specially arranged for her because after marriage, Nancy will not be able to enjoy all the fun of a single girl. So her friends tease her and ask her to play a game. The rule of the game is that Nancy will have to have a one-night stand with any stranger boy who comes to the party, because after marriage, she will be with her husband, Jack. But Nancy refuses her friends and says that this will be cheating with Jack. I cannot cheat him. Meanwhile, a very handsome boy named Louis enters the party. He is constantly looking at Nancy as soon as he comes. So her friends start provoking her that, Nancy, look, that boy is looking at you only. He is so handsome. He will be ready for you soon. But Nancy ignores them and refuses again. Meanwhile, Jack calls her and she goes outside to talk. She asks Jack, "Where are you?" "I have come to the bachelor party with my friends. You come immediately. I have to go home." But Jack himself was enjoying the bachelor party with his friends. So he lies to Nancy that he has come out with his friends for some work. But Nancy gets suspicious after hearing the music in the background. She immediately makes a video call and sees that Jack is really partying and is trying to enjoy something different. But Jack tries to explain to her that you are misunderstanding. I have just come to dance with my friends. I have never cheated you and will never cheat you. But in anger, Nancy does not listen to anything and says that you do whatever you want to do. Now I will enjoy the party. Saying this, she hangs up the phone and then her eyes fall on Louis. Nancy decides to complete the challenge for the sake of her friends and asks Louis if this is his car. Louis replies yes. After that, she takes Louis in his car and enjoys with him. After all this is over, Lucas offers her a whiskey and says that it is branded and you will definitely like it, and by the time you drink it, I will drop you to your home safely. But Nancy falls unconscious while drinking. Next morning, when she wakes up, she finds herself in Lucas's house and gets scared. On checking her phone, there was no network. Then she asks Lucas that you were going to take me home, then why have you brought me here? Lucas replies that you were going to get married next week, but still, you chose to enjoy with a stranger. Nancy decides, I don't think you are a loyal girl. You used me by baiting me and betrayed your future husband. Now it is my turn to play the game, and you will find this game very interesting. And after hearing this, Nancy understands what a big mistake she has made. She immediately attacks Lucas and snatches the house keys from him and tries to run away from there as quickly as possible. But as soon as she reaches the gate while running and tries to open it, he falls due to the electric shock in the gate, due to which she also gets hurt in her hands. After this, Lucas brings her back to the house. Further, Nancy asks him in a frightened tone, "Why are you doing this to me? What have I done to you? And I am getting married next week." On which Lucas says that I know everything, but you, don't worry, I just enjoy doing all this. Girls are very weak and can't do anything to anyone. They get into the conversation, so I always play a game with such girls. And this game is very simple. It has only one rule. If you win, I will drop you home. But if you lose, you will have to stay here forever and dance to my tune. The name of the game is hide and seek. You just have to go and hide somewhere, and if I find you before it gets dark, you will lose. And if I am not able to find you, I will knock you unconscious and leave you at your home. After that, he unties her rope, so Nancy starts running and tries to hide by running as fast as she can, but she could see dense forest and high ditches all around. This place was in the middle of a hill in dense forest, from where it seemed impossible to get out, but she somehow hides behind a rock. Meanwhile, Lucas reaches there, searching for her. Then we see that Nancy has a huge body. A snake comes and she starts getting very scared, but she is not able to scream. Then when Lucas moves a little ahead, Nancy sees the opportunity and starts running away from there. But as she moves ahead, she does not find any way safe in the jungle. Then she sees Lucas, who is hiding there, and comes from behind and catches her. Then the next day, Lucas goes to the city again, where he was sitting in a parking area. Then he sees a couple fighting. The boyfriend was trying to force his girlfriend named Patricia into the car. Then Lucas comes in between and saves Patricia and starts fighting with that boy. But in the fight, that boy becomes weak in front of Lucas and then runs away from there with his car. Now, Patricia is very impressed with Lucas for this bravery and sits in his car. She asks him his name, And from his words, she comes to know that Patricia is a different kind of girl who changes her boyfriend every day. She gets attracted to Lucas for his bravery and immediately agrees to go to his house. Now Lucas had easily found his next victim. He offers the same whiskey. The next day, Patricia wakes up in Lucas's house where Nancy is already present, who tells Patricia that this man is not a good person. He has cheated you, and now after me, he has kidnapped you. We both are here in his captivity, but if we try together, then we can escape from here. Patricia is shocked to hear this and says, "What nonsense are you talking about? Lucas is a very good person. All the doors and windows are closed. So they're open, and neither are we prisoners here." Then Lucas comes there and calls both of them for lunch. Patricia was still not convinced, so she was very happy. Lucas also talks to Patricia very lovingly and gives them food. His behavior does not convince Patricia that he is a bad person. Now after lunch, Nancy again tries to convince Patricia and says that you do not even have an idea how dangerous a man he is. If you do not believe me, then check your phone. There will be no network in it, and gather courage and just tell Lucas that you have to go home. Then you will yourself know what kind of a person he is. Meanwhile, Lucas comes there. Patricia tells Lucas to drop her home as she has some important work, but Lucas refuses, saying that no one will be able to leave from here without my permission. On hearing this, Patricia understands that Nancy was right, that she is trapped here. Now at night, Patricia and Nancy both start running away from home, because Lucas had gone to the city to find his next victim. But after going a little further, Patricia separates herself to find a mobile network. Seeing this, Nancy also runs after him and says, "Don't go alone, it can be dangerous." But while running, at one place, Patricia does not notice a ditch, and she slips and falls near a slope and hangs and starts screaming. But in time, Nancy pulls her up and saves her. Now both of them understood that instead of wandering in the forest in this darkness, it would be better to go back. Then when they reach home, tired and exhausted, they find Lucas there, who had already come home, and on seeing him, both of them start venting out all their anger on him, but they become weak in front of him. And Lucas catches both of them very easily. After this, he introduces his next victim, Ellie, who he has caught today. After this, we are shown in flashback how Lucas caught Ellie. Ellie was sitting in a restaurant and was live on her social media. She used to make blogs in which she tells people how to bring enjoyment in their lives and how to live life openly. Then, two of her fans who had come from far away come to meet her. But Ellie does not let them sit near her, and while talking rudely, asks them to leave. Hearing this, both the boys leave from there. After that, Lucas comes there, who had come there pretending to be very decent, and says to Ellie that if you don't mind, can I share the table with you? Now, if someone else sits, you will be disturbed, and I also have to work, so I also don't like disturbance, so Ellie should let him sit. Now, Lucas is talking to Ellie, pretending to be a gentleman, and Ellie gets impressed by his innocence. Then, after some time, Lucas offers the same whiskey and brings Ellie home. Now, because Patrice and Nancy knew that she is trapped, but Ellie was unaware of this, she gets angry with Lucas and says, "Drop me home quietly." This angers Lucas, but he tells everyone that you three will have to play a game, and whoever wins by performing well in every round of this game will be able to go home from here in the end. But Ellie did not do well by making me angry, so she loses the first round. And now, whoever loses the round will be punished. After which he catches Ellie and forcibly takes her to a room and points a gun at her and says that I am very bored, so you have to dance to entertain me. The poor girl agrees with fear and starts dancing. Patricia tells Nancy not to believe Lucas. He is lying and will kill all three of us. But Patricia was planning something different. She felt that if she stays close to Lucas, he will help her win and she will be able to go home. So she attacks Nancy and knocks her unconscious. Then, when Lucas comes out after hearing this sound, Peta goes to him and tries to get close to him by talking sweetly. Lucas also agrees and takes her to the sofa, while Alice takes advantage of the opportunity and runs away from home and starts running towards the forest. But Lucas gets a hint of her and he follows her with a gun. Here, Alice runs away for a long distance in the forest and hides behind a rock, but unfortunately for her, Lucas also reaches there, and he cleverly catches her. Now at dinner, Lucas tells Ellie the real purpose of his game, that it is because of you that I started all this. You have told me in blogs how to make life exciting and better and do what makes you happy. Then I thought of making life fun by playing games with girls, And in that way, I started getting happiness, and now I am doing what makes me happy. In the next scene, Lucas lights a torch before dusk and announces the last round, and says that whoever loses in this round will be killed and whoever wins will go back home. You don't have to do anything, just play hide and seek. But before the sun rises in the morning, if I find any two of you three, then both of them will be eliminated, and the one who remains will become the winner and get free from here. After this, he starts the game by firing in the air, and all the three girls run towards the forest to save their lives. They start running and Lucas starts chasing them like a hunter, but after running for a long distance in the jungle, Ellie's foot suddenly gets stuck on the wire of a trap, and then a pointed wooden structure moves towards her at a high speed. But before anything happens, Nancy saves her. Now they realize that dangerous traps are laid everywhere in the jungle, and if they accidentally step on any trap, then they will be killed. Now the night was getting darker and they were still running. Then Nancy makes a plan that we have to bring Lucas here by any means and trap him in his own trap. So I will go and provoke Lucas by any means and bring him here, and you both will go towards that trap in the jungle so that he follows you and gets trapped. According to the plan, Nancy goes to bring Lucas while they both move towards the trap. But after going some distance, Patrice suddenly disappears in the middle of the way, and Ellie calls out to him. Nancy starts looking for them. Nancy goes to call Lucas. Lucas comes out with his gun. Patricia also comes out with him. Nancy understands that she has told Lucas about the plan in the hope that he will make her the winner and leave her. He catches both of them and says that you girls are so stupid now because I have caught both of you. In the end, Ellie is saved. But now I am giving you both one last chance. Whoever wins the fight will get a chance to go to the next round. After this, a fight starts between the two. During this fight, Patricia's head hits a stone, due to which she dies on the spot. When Nancy and Patricia do not come for a long time, Ellie comes there searching for them, and seeing Patricia's dead body, she becomes very sad and starts crying. Then Lucas comes there and tells Ellie that Nancy killed Patricia. I have killed both of them because I had told both of them that the winner of the fight will get a second chance. But unfortunately, poor Patrice was killed in this fight. After this, he tells Eli one more thing that I actually wanted to bring you here. The first time when I went to catch you in the party, you escaped from there and Nancy came to me because of her stupidity. Then the second time, when I was searching for you in the parking area, you came on your own from Pedri and got stuck there. Because of you, I got both of them for free, so now you will be responsible for their death. But I wanted you to win because you are like a prize for me, because it was because of your blogging that I started doing this. Eli gets angry on hearing this, and then both of them fight with Lucas and try to snatch his gun. But during this time, a bullet is fired, which hits Ellie's leg. Seeing this, Lucas starts hitting Nancy in anger and says that Ellie should run away from here and remember our plan. After this, Ellie starts running in an injured state and starts going towards the same trap. Nancy herself fights with Lucas to save Ellie, but Lucas starts beating her very badly, and then he catches Nancy and reaches Ellie because he knew every corner of this forest very well. After this, he takes out a knife and kills Nancy in front of Ellie. Seeing this, Ellie gets filled with anger and sadness and starts provoking Lucas by calling him Psy, because the same trap was laid there from which Nancy had saved her. But Lucas sees the trap and says, "You are going to trap the hunter in his own trap." "Really, you girls are so weak," Ellie replies. "Today, I will clear your misunderstanding." As soon as she says this, she pulls a rope, due to which the same wooden structure comes and goes straight through Lucas's body, because at that time they had fixed a pointed wooden stick again and attached it to a rope. Now, after Lucas got injured, Ellie thought that he was dead, but as soon as she moves towards Nancy, then Lucas suddenly regains consciousness and catches her and tries to kill him. But in the meantime, Ellie takes his gun and empties the entire magazine on him, due to which finally Lucas dies. After which Ellie slowly moves forward from there and teaches us that our life is like a playground, where every person is like a player. If we are not able to perform well in it, then we face defeat. But when we take decisions after thinking carefully, we face the challenges of life bravely, and only then we get real success. In this story, Nancy and Patricia lost their lives after getting trapped in the trap of a dangerous psycho, which is a matter of regret. But some of their steps were also wrong, but Ellie proved that when the intentions are strong, then even in the deepest darkness, the path of light is found. After all, she was alone, but her courage and strong intentions made her win alone. Thank you very much, friends, for watching the video. If you want to see more such videos, then click on this video here. See you in the next video. Till then, bye-bye.